This is off my journalistic instincts, that when that video is released, it's going to be so one-sided and look so bad for Karmelo Anthony.
It has been 35 days. And guess what? We still have no video evidence of the Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf fatal incident at the stadium back in April. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Quisha King Show. I am your host, Quisha King Benton. Make sure you like this video, share this video out with your friends, and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. You don't want to miss what we got going on over here on the Quisha King Show. We go deeper on these topics. We don't just do the surface stuff. We try to see what is at the root of these issues so we can make a difference in our society. So go ahead, smash that like button, hit the share button, and subscribe. Where's the video? Now it is 2025. And when these cases like this happens, the one thing that we get is video. Not only do we not have video from the other students who were there, we don't even have like video from a bystander, just somebody taking video of the day. Like what, like it is getting very weird that we have zero evidence, zero video evidence. But Jason Whitlock, who is a sports commentator and does political news as well now over at on The Blaze, he says that a video is coming out. And obviously we know that a video is going to one day be presented. Listen as he predicts what is going to happen.
They're going to release the video of what happened to Austin Metcalf. And I think they believe that's going to be the spark. And it's been, I said it from the outset, that my belief, this is off my journalistic instincts, that when that video is released, it's going to be so one-sided and look so bad for Karmelo Anthony and the people that supported Karmelo Anthony. And it's what they want it to be is as triggering as the George Floyd video was in 2020. When people saw that video, particularly without any context, George Floyd and the drugs he had ingested, without all the resistance of police early on, and you just watched that final 8 minutes out of context. It was so triggering that we had the summer of George Floyd riots, the summer of love in honor of St. George Floyd. I believe this video is intended to trigger white people and to so repulse them that they just say, man, all these black people that done supported Karmelo Anthony, this media that wouldn't tell us the truth about this Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf, this media that has imposed this racist double standard. This is the line in the sand.
I think Jason Whitlock is right. So I did a little background. I was looking up the sheriff because I was like, okay, is this like a rule? Has the sheriff's office not released video evidence in the past? And what I found was actually a little surprising. So in many cases, this particular sheriff's office took a lot of time, even against the community, asking them to release the evidence. They still would not release evidence until they were good and doggone ready. So this might just be how this particular sheriff's office operates, where they try to keep the video, all the evidence just preserved for the trial, which is not a bad thing. I think we have gotten so accustomed to seeing video evidence that we're like, okay, where's the video? And wanting the video because we are so accustomed to seeing video right after an incident that we forget that it's not actually typical to see video evidence after something like this. where they were able to um not get it out, because typically it's leaked, it's just leaked. And it's really interesting how this particular video has not been released. I don't know, is it me? Do y'all find it weird that nobody has released anything on this particular case? I think Jason Whitlock is right. They know that this video evidence is going to make Karmelo look really, really bad. That is my opinion. Now, this sheriff has been in another um dust up with a race situation where a there were 8 police officers in the county, the jail, that where a black guy was arrested. It looked he died in police custody. And so, people were out protesting and making a big deal of that. Here's a quick look at that. Take a look.
This was one of many chants that could be heard in Fairview off US Highway 75 Saturday night. No peace! A march organized for Marvin Scott, who died on March 14th while in custody at the Collin County Jail. Some in their cars, others on foot with signs in hand. Many have felt similarly and marched the past few months across North Texas.
What do we want? Justice!
A grand jury decided this week to not indict the 8 detention officers from Collin County for the in-custody death of Scott, which is where many went to protest this week as well.
For us, it's a name, but for them, it's a brother, it's a son, it's a family member.
The Scott family and those who represent them say they plan to appeal to a federal grand jury.
How long can we continue to study the same phenomenon? Black people die unnecessarily at the hands of law enforcement, and law enforcement face no accountability.
Many here today say they will continue to march, not just for Scott, but for others who face similar situations across the country.
So you see, this police officer, this sheriff, has been reluctant to release video evidence in that case, video evidence in this case. And so I'm just wondering, like, is this just a protocol of the sheriff's office? Or is this something bigger? Is it just like what some of us think, that they don't want it to come out because it's going to look bad for Karmelo, thus sparking more race incidents in America? That's why this whole Shiloh Hendricks case, trying to say, oh, yes, let's give her more money for sticking it to a little black kid, calling him the N-word. Like, let's own the little black kids, say whatever we want to say, and let's pay them because they've been doing it to us. That is not what we want in America. Trust me. We don't want a race war. We don't want that. And I understand that white American men in particular, have been receiving the blame for everything. You're the oppressor, you're the colonist, it's movies being made, it's in the commercials, it's in the schools, it's in the universities, it's in politics, it's in the sheriff's offices. Not saying this one in particular, but they are everywhere. White men do get blamed for everything. And I understand the sentiment to be like, no, now we're gonna, come after you in race ways. Don't make your white people, you're not gonna make this better by creating more race incidents, by pointing out race and trying to, demonize somebody by their race. It's not going to help. Don't feed into the narrative. This is what the enemy, and I'm saying the enemy as in the devil, this is what the enemy would have for us to do as believers. Because a lot of these white men are believers and they are fed up. But as believers, I know some of you watching aren't all Christians. That's fine. You see Christians like Matt Walsh, who are saying, like, yeah, let's continue to do this. Let's continue to raise money on the basis of a white person against a black person. When this happens, let's pour money into this person so it'll make the other side stop. That's not how it works, okay? That's not going to work. That's not how these situations work. And it is going to end up even worse for America. And that is the goal, to calm these things down so America doesn't go off of a cliff. Not to push more into this so we remain divided. That is not what we want. Those are my thoughts about this entire crazy situation, but I want to know what you think. Let me know what you think about what I think in the comment section below. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.